Hey guys, originally I probably was not going to make this video, but I think it's a very important lesson learned for any knife maker, anyone that's going to sell knives over the internet. We have a disadvantage as storefront people. So people that have brick and mortar shops, customer comes in, they look at the knife or they look at your product, and if they like it, they pick it up, they feel it, and they purchase. I have made over 100 knives now. It's been a year. December will be my 1-year anniversary of knife making. And I can tell you right now that in the beginning I was not a great knife maker, and now I want to say I'm maybe mediocre. I don't think I'm in the level or of maybe a Ken Onion or Bobby Loveless. All those guys are geniuses when it comes to knife making, okay? And that's a professional level. They do that for a living. I'm what you call a hobbyist or maybe a part-time knife maker. And as I'm learning, I'm getting better and better and better at my skill. And the stuff that I made earlier is probably not going to be as good as the stuff that I make now. That being said, you will, from time to time, and it doesn't matter how many knives you make, you will get a return, or you'll have somebody that's unhappy. The fact of the matter is that the handmade knife making is not factory made, okay? You're not sending your steel over to China or India or Pakistan and getting it stamped out, and then they grind it there, and they have quality control, and they have 50 people on the floor checking the knives to make sure they're good. And then they coat them and put sheets on them, and then they sell them on Amazon or wherever, whatever manufacturer. The guys that's the hobbyist actually takes the steel, has to buy it, cut it, grind it, heat treat it, resharpen it, clean it up. If you're going to coat it, you got to send it out. You got to make everything. Most folks that buy, there's two types of people that I've seen. People that are into custom knives and people that just want a cheap knife. If you are looking for a cheap knife, custom is not the way to go. You want to go manufactured. And there's nothing wrong with that. I own a lot of manufactured knives, from Tops to, K-Bar to Becker. Those aren't even semi-custom. Those are manufactured knives. They take them, they stamp them, they make them. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you are going to buy a custom knife, understand where you're buying, understand where you're coming from, and understand the knife maker. Now, I'm going to give you guys some pointers. And you could take it with a grain of salt. If you don't think I'm right, that's fine. This is completely my opinion. I'm not a business analyst, but I did run a company successfully for 5 years until the market crushed it. But some of the things that I've learned I want to pass on to knife makers, people that are interested in doing this for a living. You have to have paperwork. You have to protect yourself. You have to tell the customer what's expected of them and what they can do after they purchase the knife, and you have to do that ahead of time. Now, if they decide to take your paperwork and throw it in the garbage, that's on them. You cannot get upset for that. You have to maintain a very professional demeanor. You have to understand that not everybody is going to like your work, and if they don't like your work, it's not personal, it's just the way it is, okay? Especially with custom jobs. What I have done is I have drafted, this is a 2-page draft that actually comes inside every single knife that I send out. It is also listed on the website for an FAQ. If you guys are interested, you can borrow it, copy, paste it, I don't care. These are my policies for Three River Blades, okay? They are a guideline for customers or wannabe customers that purchase my blades. It tells them the return, it tells them the illegal stuff, the warranty, warnings, exchanges, all that type of stuff. Every major corporation in the country does it for the simple fact that they know that when you sell something, eventually something will have to come back. Now, I'm not Amazon.com, I'm not Sears, I'm not, Dell Computers where I can take a huge loss and be okay with it. I have to put everything that I have, my money, my time, my energy into a blade, and then if it comes back, now I have to put more time and energy in there, and mostly at my own cost. So sending a knife out is not only extremely important for quality control and to your customers, but you also have to be aware of the fact that if it does come back, you need to make sure what you're going to do thereafter. So I'm just going to go over some of the stuff that I wrote down, and then I'll go over the knife that came back, and I'll explain to you why it came back. All right, knife care. Important information, please read big red letters, okay? Make sure that it's bold, they can see it. Most of the knives I make are from high carbon steels. Underline, you will need to keep the blade lightly oiled to prevent rust. Carbon steel. Gun or knife oil, WD-40, or for outdoor usage, mineral olive oil for food prep. All right. The steel is Rockwell hardened, 5860, heat treated in cryogenics, minus 300 Fahrenheit. I will ship your knife already sharpened, however you may sharpen it to your liking. All right, that's the knife care. And then right under it was to say, blemish. Because this is a handmade, in quotes, knife, there will be minor imperfections, blemishes, nicks, wavy lines, tool marks, uneven grind lines, hand marks, handle marks, sheath marks, etc. These imperfections are only surface blemishes and will not affect the performance of the knife. Okay, that is my disclaimer. What I'm saying is, if I have to make 1,000 knives handmade, guaranteed sooner or later out of those thousands or hundreds or 50 or even 20 knives, I'm going to be a little bit exhausted and something might slip by. Important legal stuff. You must be 18 years old to purchase. The maker, owner, or its affiliates of Three River Blades are not responsible should you hurt, cut, maim, or kill any animals, yourself, or others with this knife. I know that's funny, right? Seek professional guidance before using this knife. By accepting and using this knife, you are accepting all responsibility and will not hold Three River Blades responsible for any illegal activities or lawsuits. You are responsible for knowing your own state laws. That's a disclaimer, okay? Warranty. No warranty. The knife was distributed in the hopes that it will be useful, but without any warranty. It is provided as is, in quote, without warranty of any kind, either expressed or implied, including but not limited to the implied warranties or merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose. The entire risk as to the quality and performance of a knife is with you. Should the knife prove defective, you assume all costs and necessary servicing, repair, or correction. In no event, unless required by applicable law, the creator-owner will be liable to you for damages, including any general, special, incidental, or consequential damages arising out of the inability to use this knife. Okay, that's a lot of legal speak for basically saying once you purchase the knife, you're on your own. All right, warning. See that? Please do not use this knife for any other purpose other than what it is intended for. This is not a pry bar, axe, screwdriver, pick, shovel, or hammer. Extreme temperatures, fluctuations may have an effect on the steel. It is best to keep the knife at the temperature you intend to use it. Okay, very important right there. See that? Return exchange policy. All sales are final. You may only return the knife for a full refund within 5 days of receiving your knife if it was mailed damaged upon receipt. Exchanges. You may exchange a knife within 5 days of receiving your knife in the mail if it was damaged upon receipt, and only for the same model. Okay? Those are my policies. Again, custom orders. All right? Items may require production time in addition to shipping time. You will receive an estimated of both time and cost upon ordering. Custom orders may not be returned unless defective or damaged during shipment. Custom orders are changed upon replacement of order, or charged upon replacement of order. Okay? Receiving your shipment. Very simple right there. Although these items are packed properly, in some instances transit-related damage may occur. Please inspect your order carefully when it arrives. Should you find that the merchandise is damaged, you may choose to refuse delivery. Please report any damage to me at the time of delivery. Okay, next, refusal of delivery. If you refuse delivery of the item when it reaches your home or place of business, you will be charged for all shipping costs, including the cost of the return item. So basically, if it was damaged, then I'm going to accept it, no problem. But if you just say, hey, I don't have the money or I don't want to do it, and it got sent to your house and then you refuse shipment, I'm keeping the money and and I'm going to charge you for the shipping to return it, because the post office does charge you for return shipping. All right, return items. Must be in the condition it was shipped, unused. You may not return a knife that was used, scratched, modified in any way. All packaging materials need to be returned with the knives. Buyer will pay for return shipping. And then questions. If you have any questions, you can direct them at 3riverblades@gmail.com. Please don't check the website. All right, so basically what I have done is I have given you, the buyer, my policies on a knife. Now, most knife makers, especially custom guys or hobbyists, do not do that. I understand it's a little bit more work. It might turn people off, but understand the time and energy and money that you put into a knife needs to be returned to you inside of a profit. If you're doing nothing but dealing with returns and issues and problems, and you don't have any policies, then you, the seller, are completely liable. Okay? You, the seller. So if you sold a knife and the guy says, look, I'm not paying you, and you don't have anything in writing, guess what? He doesn't have to pay you. So protect yourself, guys. Protect yourself. That's all I'm saying. All right, now I want to get on to the knife that was returned. This person, I'm not going to mention their name. We have sorted it out, okay? This guy was definitely past his 5-day mark. He was 3 weeks in. He said some comments on YouTube on another person's channel. Originally, I thought he was just honestly being a jerk about it, because that's how YouTube is. We discussed it, we figured it out, and we came up with an agreement. Now, normally, I didn't have to take back this knife. He was past his 5-day mark. Clearly, everything is stated here and on the website, and if he threw it out, that's up to him. I could tell him to go scratch. But because this is what I want to do, because I want to give the best quality knife to a person that paid. I mean, the guy paid $230, so it's not a cheap knife. But my name is on that. Okay, so this is where you have to decide where you want to be a strong guy, you know, and just say screw yourself, or you want to do the right thing and maybe say, you know what, the guy is past his mark. You know, maybe he didn't understand what a custom knife was. All right, the first impression, or the first thing that anybody's going to do when you want to return a knife, is you, as the artist, as the craftsman, is going to get pissed off. I advise you 100% let it go. Do not get pissed off. If you start making a rant and a rave and everything else and go crazy and make all these stupid videos, the only thing you're doing is losing customers. Calm, cool, professional. That's exactly how you want to handle these types of situations. The guy told me the tip was blunt. He said that the marks were a little bit wavy. There was tool marks. You know, stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to show you the knife I sent him. And again, this blemish, this dark mark, is basically what he did. It wasn't what I did. Okay, dark. That seems like it's patina, or it's some type of whatever kind of rust on there that he put it in the sheath. Clearly, when I got this knife back, it was used. It is very dirty. So I am guessing that he was using this either in the field or in the woods or whatever the case may be. But this is what he was talking about. See the wavy line right there? Okay. Again, I put the disclaimer down, but he didn't like that. He also said the maker's mark was a little messed up. All right, and it is. It's got some tool marks in there. Okay, again, wavy lines, a little bit. All right. All right, so the deal is, and he also said it wasn't sharp, which honestly, I was testing it, and there is a dull spot, but let's see. There is a dull spot in the blade, but it's only in one area, okay? And I think the reason is because he might have been using it, or maybe the Kydex sheath kind of messed it up. Again, this is a really nice knife. It does have a little bit of dings and divots and waviness, but again, that's covered in the blemishes clause. So I told him, I says, look, I'm not going to give you your money back, but if you want a repair or a replacement, I will do that for you. Again, this is a great knife. There is nothing wrong with this knife. And honestly, I understand where he's coming from. But again, custom handmade knives will have defects, okay? The best guys in the world, they use jigs and all kinds of stuff. I understand that. It's not easy when you're producing a lot of these blades. But again, this thing fits great. what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace his knife with another one, and then I'm going to fix this one and resell it. Okay? Nothing wrong with that knife right there. It's sharp. It's a Master Chief. It's 3/16 inch thick. All right. If anybody's interested in this, I'll even give you a discount selling it as is if you want. Yeah, I'll give you a discount on it if you don't mind all the little weird things on there. It alleviates. I'll just put another edge on there, sharpen it up, and send it out to you if you're interested. But I will make a replacement for this guy. And I told him, I said, look, you know, that's a good blade, but if you want, I'll replace it. I'll make it. You know, I'll set you up, and you know, send it out. But again, like I said, your objective in this side of the spectrum is to say, look, you're sending a knife out, quality control is very important, customer service is very important. It is easier and more beneficial to resell or to sell multiple knives to one person than to get a new customer. Okay, I offered the guy 3 options. I says, I'll give you 20% off on the next knife, I will repair this knife, which will make things faster, or I will replace it, but I will not give you your money back. And he said, okay, replace it. And that's how we came to terms. Again, if I didn't have this in play, if I didn't have my paperwork, he could have said, screw you, I'm going to small claims court, I'm going to put in a claim, and if I didn't have any paperwork and it wasn't on my website, and he would have won that case. But because I have this, I have some leverage, he's getting a new knife. All right, well, you know, one of the ones I already have in stock, which is good because I have it. I will repair this one, clean it up, send it out, and everybody's happy. And now my image is restored or protected because I'm doing the right thing to him. I mean, honestly, I don't believe that this guy will ever purchase another knife from me, and I would probably never sell another knife to him. But again, money's money. So just want to give you guys a little bit of a tutorial on customer service. It's not, the customer's not always right, guys, but sometimes you gotta, you know, you gotta take the hit to get the next sale. And again, you don't want to make negative, you want to be as professional as humanly possible. I know it's, as an artist and as a craftsman, you get very upset when someone says your work sucks. And your first reaction is to be very angry and to go into defensive mode, but that's not going to help anybody. I'm telling you guys, it's not. You can, and a lot of people wouldn't make this video, all right? But I'm making it because not only do I make great blades, I make great knives, and I have great customer service, but I want to pass on the knowledge to anybody else that wants to be in this industry. So I hope I helped. I hope you appreciate the vid, guys. Like I said, out of 100 blades, this is the first one that ever came back to me, and in this fashion. So I really appreciate your support. I know this one might have got by me. I still think it's a great, fantastic blade, but again, in this case, we decided to work things out. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. If anybody's interested in this, as is, I'll give you a discount on it. I'll just clean it up for you, and if not, I'll regrind it and fix it and sell it as new. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Go to 3riverblades.com. Out.